Hi everyone, welcome to today's session which is on 30 seconds approaches to arithmetic. This session is brought to you by iler Nilanjan Dutta, a CAT 100 percentiler with topmost educators on Unacademy and Unacademy Plus for the CAT and MB exam segment. And today, for the arithmetic portion, which is probably the most important component of your quant section, we're looking at some marvelous 30-second approaches, how you can solve such questions. Incidentally, if you're aware of my approaches, you would be knowing that in CAT, out of 34 questions, approximately 15 questions can be done using the 30 seconds to 1 minute approaches, and a sample of that is what we'll be seeing in today's session. This is a brief about myself. And I want to take the opportunity to inform all of you about the Unacademy Plus 12 or 24 months program. This is your chance to get mentored by CAT toppers and 100 percentilers. All the classes are online, which means you do not need to move anywhere. There's no worries about the lockdown rules. From your convenience of your home, you can be part of the Unacademy Plus 12 or 24 month program for CAT 20 and 21. So all you do is be a part of the 12-month or the 24-month program. The 24-month program is currently running at 75% off. And me, being a CAT 100 percentiler myself, what you can do is, in addition to that, you can use the discount code Nilanjan Dutta while subscribing to get the subscription at an even more cheaper price. So what all of you should do is immediately go to unacademy.com/plus and subscribe to the Unacademy Plus 12 or the 24-month subscription. 24-month subscription is available at 75% off. Use the discount code Nilanjan Dutta while subscribing. And once you subscribe, make sure to share the screenshot of your subscription using the code Nilanjan Dutta at the following number 810-2126-799 so that I can add you to the all-important courses like the iler courses are running. And the next session as far as the iler courses is tonight at 10 p.m. And again, we have the perfect score batch for CAT 2020, a course which spans across all the three sections, VRC, QA and iler. It's a course that is designed to complete only in the month of November, and it will be ensuring that most of you give yourself a best possible chance towards achieving the perfect score in CAT 2020. All these courses are available as part of the 12-month or the 24-month subscription plan. Just make sure you're subscribing using the discount code Nilanjan Dutta and you're sharing the screenshot at this number 810-2126-799, having subscribed using the discount code Nilanjan Dutta. If you have any confusions on the Unacademy Plus subscription, you can reach out to me at this number as well. So these are the plus features that are there. Remember, it's the convenience of your home that you get to attend all the live classes, unlimited access to all the courses by all the top educators, CAT toppers and CAT 100 percentilers in a single platform. So how do you get a discount? In the referral code section is where you go and you enter the code Nilanjan Dutta. It doesn't matter whether you enter in small or capital. In either case, you'll see it applied successfully, the price will reduce, and you're all good to go. So today what we'll do is we'll look at a few arithmetic practice problems. Each question I'll be providing you all 2 minutes time to try and solve it by yourselves before I start discussing the answers. At the end of 2 minutes, I'll ask you to share your answers using the chat window. So do provide your answers in the form of A or B or C or D, and then we can discuss on the same. The first question for today's session is as follows. It is talking about Gino, Kino, Lino having incomes in the following ratio. The incomes increased by a certain percentage respectively. And the question is, after the increase in 2019, the new ratio was 12:15:14. The question is, what was the salary of Kino in 2018? Good evening, Nitin. Good evening, Khyati. I hope all of you are attending the Unacademy Plus live classes. If not, make sure you're using the discount code Nilanjan Dutta and subscribing immediately. Tonight 10 p.m. there's the next class, so before that make sure you're subscribed. So everybody try solving this. Now remember, you need to find out the salary of Kino, that is the middle person, in 2018. We have the ratios for 18 as follows: 7 is to 10, 7 by 10 is to 5 by 6 is to 4 by 5. We have the 19 ratios as to 12, 15 is to 14. And amounts increased by 6,000, 10,000 and 8,000. So everybody try solving this in the next minute or so. 2 minutes is what we are looking at per question, trying to solve them. So answers. So let us look at the easiest possible way of solving this question. The ratio for 2019, if you look at, is 12 is to 15 is to 14, which means in 2019 the values of the form 15k. And the difference from 18 to 19 was you added 10,000 to it to get something which is the form 15x. So all you do is try and see if I add 10,000 which I added to Kino's figure in 2018, in which case am I getting a multiple of 15. So if I look at the first option, 45,000 plus 10,000 is 55k, which is not a multiple of 15. 50,000 plus 10,000 is 60,000, which is indeed a multiple of 15. So option B is possible. 55 plus 10 is 65k, which is again not a multiple of 15. 60,000 plus 10 is 70k, which is again not a multiple of 15. So all you need to do was look at the options, use the option elimination technique and mark the answer as option B. Why? Because whatever the answer must be, the ultimate thing is that when you add 10,000 to it, you get something which is of the form 15k. Why? Because Gino is the Kino is the Lino, the ratio is 12 to the 15 to the 14, which means the Kino's total in 2019 is a multiple of 15. So all you need to do is check which of the options, if I add 10,000 to it, I end up getting a multiple of 15. So that is only with 50,000. When you add 10,000, you get 60,000, which is a multiple of 15. So the answer to the first question is option B, 50,000. Let's move on to a more difficult question. The second one, this is a lot more difficult. So here a shopkeeper marks up all the toys by 32%, and then they offer a discount scheme which is as follows. 10% on all toys in case 1 to 6 toys are bought, 15% on all toys in case the number of toys bought is 7 to 12, 20% on all toys in case the total number of toys bought is 13 to 18. 3 customers P, Q and R bought 5x and x plus 1 toys such that they form a Pythagorean triplet, that is 5x and x plus 1 form a Pythagorean triplet, 5 being the least number. If the cost price of each toy is 125 and all toys are identical, the question is saying ratio of profit and loss made by the shopkeeper with respect to customers P, Q and R. So as you can see, this is a huge question and it seems very calculation intensive. But believe me, to answer this question, all it takes is 30 seconds. And that is where the beauty of arithmetic and the approaches you adopt in arithmetic lies. So try solving this, everybody. Remember, the discount percentage applies for all toys based on the number of toys purchased, whether it falls in the 1 to 6 range, 7 to 12 range or 13 to 18 range. Answers. So as you can see, the challenge in this question is there are a lot of levers. Firstly, the concept of a markup that you need to take into account. Then there's the discount scheme, which is again going to vary for P, Q and R. Next, you need to identify the values of 5 x and x plus 1, but this is unfortunately the easier part. The Pythagorean triplet with 5x and x plus 1 is 5, 12, 13, which again means one of them falls in the 10% category, one in the 15%, one in the 20%, so all of them are at different places. Also, if you look at the cost price of each toy, that is also something to take into account. And finally, look at the profit or loss. So there's the margin component, the discount component, all of which you need to take into account. Now the question is, how can we do it in 30 seconds given that it seems such a lengthy approach where I need to do the markup, I need to look at a discount, and the discount will again vary for each of P, Q and R, and then the cost price is there, multiplying by that to get the profit and loss and so on. It should be at least a 5-minute approach. But there is a way of answering this in 30 seconds. What is that? Focus on these numbers. How do I compute profit and loss? All these percentages are on each toy, which means whatever is my profit per toy, my last step would be multiplying it by the number of toys. So my last step would be multiplying by 5, 12 and 13 respectively. And if you look here, 5 and 13 are prime factors, out of which 13 is a very rare prime factor. And especially when the options are so close, all you need to do is look at R, which has 13 items, and check which of the options is a multiple of 13. Why? Because the ultimate step would be profit per toy into 13, which means this must be a multiple of 13. So all you do is, you need not have even solved it, just looked at the options, checked which one has R as a multiple of 13, P is a multiple of 5, you would have got the answer as option C, 235, 360, 182. You save on 4-5 minutes of solving. It just takes 30 seconds to get it done. Remember this, in actual CAT, even if you're taking 4-5 minutes, all the Unacademy Plus students who have been mentored for 12 or 24 months in such approaches by me as part of the Perfect Score batch, they'll be solving all these questions in 30 seconds. They'll be going ahead and attempting all 34 questions in the same 1 hour when you're struggling to attempt 15 to 20 questions. The choice is yours. You still have 7 months to go. Make sure you're subscribing right away and getting started for your CAT 2021 preparations. Make sure you're being part of the Unacademy Plus 24-month program. Use the discount, add this number so that I can add you to the groups. Let's move on to the third question. Another question which can be solved in 30 seconds. Even though the conventional approach might be considerably lengthy. So this is on upstream, downstream problems. Normally, I am going and coming back in 5.5 hours. Now the change is going to happen with the speed of the stream increasing. Now, depending on the speed of the stream changes, since the primary thing is the boat speed, the change would be very small. So always remember, if the speed of the boat is changing, the change will be very high. If the speed of the stream is changing, this change will be very low, because stream usually has negligible effect on the boat. So now the question is saying speed of stream increases. So the first thing is the change that will be happening would be negligible, which means the option can be any one of A, B and C. The answer can never be option D. It has to be something which is very close to 5.5 hours. But the challenge here is the speed of the stream is increasing. What is the time taken? The time taken would be the distance divided by, when you're going downstream, your speed increases because B plus S gets added. When you're going upstream, it becomes B minus S. Here, D is nothing but 30 in count. That is 30 kilometers is the distance. Now the point that is being mentioned about here is the speed of stream increases. Now, which is the bigger contributor to time? Which of these? Is it this one or is it this one? That will be increasing the time by a greater proportion. If you look here, the denominator for B minus S is much smaller, which means the ratio of this will be much bigger. So this is going to be the predominant factor that is going to determine the net effect on time. Because this is the one of higher value, because B minus S means the value of B minus S is going to be less compared to B plus S. If the denominator is less, the ratio of the fraction is higher, which means the time taken will be much higher. Now the question is, if the speed of the stream increases, how will the effect be? If F increases, we can know that B minus S will decrease. If B minus S decreases, the ratio will increase, which means your time will increase. So what I need to do is check out of these three closed options, which is the only option which is slightly greater than 5 hours 30 minutes. If I look at the options, A and B get out. There's only one option remaining, that is option C, 5 hours 34 minutes. So that is all you need to do. That is, if the speed of stream increase, and this is not just for this question, this is for every question. In every question on boats and streams, if the speed of stream increases, B minus S will fall, so the ratio will increase, so the time taken would increase, but the increase would be only slight. So all you need to do is check which of the options has a very slight increase, and that would have given you the answer as 5 hours 34 minutes. So as you can see, most questions involve a 30-second approaches. The last question for today is as follows. Another challenging question that is talking about minimizing the profit across the transaction of 40 items. The cost price of the 40 items is 2480. So X items are sold at X% profit. Remaining items are sold at 100 minus X% profit. The question is talking about minimum profit. So not only do you have unknowns here, but you also need to do a maxima minima, both punched as part of a single question, which is what makes the thing so much more difficult. But again, this is a question as well which can be done in 30 seconds only. So how do you do this? How do you calculate profit? Profit is nothing but percentage profit into cost price. What is the cost price? Each item costs 2480 by 40, that is 62 rupees. 62 is a multiple of a prime factor, that is 31. Even 2480 is a multiple of the prime factor, 31. Which means whatever the percentage profit, whatever the value of X, what you have to do is multiply it by 31, rather 62, which is a multiple of 31. And 31 is a very, very rare prime factor, which means the options must also be a multiple of 31. If we check the options, the multiple of 31, you'll find that again there's only one option, the multiple of 31, and that is rupees 961, which is indeed the answer, option C, rupees 961. So again, another challenging question that can be solved using 30 seconds approaches. So what you learned today is 30-second approaches could be something involving factors. It could be something involving approximation techniques. It could be something involving the final step, or it could involve option elimination as well. All of these techniques, when combined, is what helps you move towards the perfect score in CAT 2020, and that is what the perfect score batch is all about. It's not just about quants, it just covers all the three sections, VRC, DLR and quants, as part of a single course. Be part of the perfect score batch as well as the DLR live classes, which have the sessions at tonight 10 p.m. Just make sure they're going to unacademy.com/plus and subscribing to the Unacademy Plus 12 or 24 months program. This is your chance to get mentored by CAT top of the 100 percentilers. The 24-month program is currently running at 75% off. Use the discount code Nilanjan Dutta while subscribing to get further additional discounts on top of the 75%. Share your screenshot at the following number once you subscribe so they can add you to the respective important courses. So hope to see each and every one of you in the live classes. On that note, thank you everybody and happy learning.